Hi, today I'm going to read Giddy Dog by Patrick Jennings. Chapter 1, I Wanted a Dog. I didn't see anything wrong with that. People all over the world had dogs. My best friend had one, so did my worst friend. A lot of people had more than one. Our next door neighbor had 2, and the family down the street had 3. People like dogs. Why? Because dogs rock. They learn tricks, they play games like fetch and tug of war and frisbee. They hang out with you, they run alongside your bike, they sleep at the foot of your bed. They even protect you and your family from intruders. Some dogs even save people's lives. Who wouldn't want one? Dad. Dogs are filthy and smelly, Rufus, Dad said yesterday when I asked him for the jillionth time why I couldn't have a dog. Are you compatible of keeping a dog free of grime and stench? Do you have the skill set? You can't even remember to put your dirty clothes in the hamper. I have to do it. Then he shuddered. Smelliness is only one of Dad's reasons why I can't ever have a dog. His list is endless. They whine, they gnaw, they scratch, they bark, they beg, they jump up, they dig, they shed, they slobber, they drool, they lick people's faces, they lick themselves, they lick other dogs, they piddle everywhere, and that includes indoors. They poop everywhere, including indoors. Their poop has to be cleaned up and scooped. They eat shoes, they eat mice, they eat computer mice, they eat dead things, they eat poop. Their breath smells like dead things and poop. They have to be walked in the middle of the night. They have to be walked in rain, in snow, and hail, and sleet. They stop every 2 seconds to sniff. They tug on the leash. They chase cats, squirrels, birds, deer, and other dogs. They tramp mud into the house. They drag dead animals into the house. They infest the house with blood-sucking fleas. They get worms. They get rabies. They need shots. All shots aren't free. They chase cars. They get run over by cars. Those are expensive. They eat tons of expensive dog food. They must be boarded in expensive kennels when their owners go away. They knock over Christmas trees. They attack mail carriers. They attack their owners. They attack their own tails. They are needy. They are clingy. They are high maintenance. They love people who don't love them, and etc. Let's face it, I will never get a dog. Not as long as I live with Dad in this clean, quiet, boring, stupid house. But just wait till I grow up. Then I will have the greatest, awesomest dog that ever lived, and Dad won't be able to do anything about it. Ha! Take that, Dad! But I don't want to wait till I'm grown up. I want a dog now. Mom was never any help, so I didn't see how it could hurt to bug her about it again when she got home from work. Her job was mixing paint at Try Your Best Hardware. She'd been doing it for years and years. Your dad is the one who would be with the dog all day, she answered. It's his call, I'm afraid. My dad started working at home a few months before. He had taken a new job as an editor for a golf zine. That meant that not only was he home like 24/7, but also that he did most of the housework, which is why he nagged me about my dirty clothes. He had always been a pretty naggy, fussy guy, with all his lists of why he didn't like this or that, but being at home all the time had transformed him into super insane, fussy work at home dad guy. I'm sorry, Sunshine, Mom said, patting me on the shoulder. Then suddenly she brightened up. Hey, how about a guinea pig? This was classic Mom. Literal thinking, she called it. Thinking outside the box. If a door is slammed in your face, don't stand there banging on it. Don't beg someone to open it or sulk or whine or say the world isn't fair. Don't be a Zax. It's a character in her favorite Dr. Seuss book. Step outside and find another way in a different door, or maybe a window. Guinea pigs don't bark, she explained. They don't get fleas or chew things up. They don't have to be walked, and they bathe themselves. But Mom, I don't want a guinea pig. A guinea pig can't learn tricks or run alongside your bike or play tug of war or scare away intruders. I want a dog. She kept on smiling. I don't think she heard me. We should have her hearing test. I'm sure she meant well. Her problem was just that she thought too literally, too outside the box. Sometimes a person only wanted one particular thing, and that was it. There was no point in suggesting anything else. For example, I wanted a dog, a whole dog, and nothing but a dog. On the way home from work the next day, Mom stopped at a pet store and bought a guinea pig. Now, that is the end of chapter 1. I'll read chapter 2 here in just 1 minute. But, chapter 1, it made me laugh because where it said guinea pigs don't bark or get fleas or chew things up, and they don't need walked, and they bathe themselves. That's a lie. I had a guinea pig once. I would know. My best friend is a guinea pig owner, so I would also know. But, my guinea pig recently died, but no big deal. But anyway, no, they do bark, but it's not really a bark, it's a whine. They get fleas, and they do chew things up, and you have to bathe them. Okay. Chapter 2. It was orangish brown, pudgy, and had a spiky white mohawk. Its pink nose twitched like a rabbit's. Well, here she is, Rufus. Mom said, your new pet. She? I said, I don't know why, but I'd always imagined my dog would be a he. Yes, she's a so, she said, smiling ear to ear. People use that expression a lot, but my mom really does smile from one ear to the other. The corners of her mouth were like a nanometer from her ears. Dad walked in. He was wearing his usual gray suit with a white shirt and tie. Just because he worked at home, he always didn't mean he couldn't look professional. I wonder if looking professional meant wearing fuzzy blue slippers. What's this? He asked, his eyes locking on the rodent Mom had brought home. It's Rufus's new guinea pig, she announced. New? Guinea pig? New, Dad said. I don't recall Rufus ever having an old guinea pig. Dad's a stilker for speaking. Precisely. Must be all that editing. My bad, Mom said. I meant that I bought Rufus a guinea pig for a pet instead of a dog. Dad gave her the stony stare. The stony stare, which he uses a lot, means I don't need to say what I'm upset about. I know I didn't discuss it with you, Mom said, her smile shrinking the tiniest bit, but Rufus has been so miserable not being allowed to have a dog, and a guinea pig seemed the perfect solution. The stony stare continued. Guinea pigs don't bark, Mom explained. Again. They don't whine, or drool, or beg, or get fleas, or chew up things. And they don't have to be walked. Her smile stretched bigger than ever. The corners reached past her ears and into her hair. Honest. Dad slowly shifted his eyes to the guinea pig. It was in a metal cage with a green plastic tray on the bottom, and there was a little green plastic ramp inside that led up to a little green plastic loft. There was also a food dish with wilted lettuce in it and a water bottle attached to the bars and upside down. It does poop, I assume, Dad said. Of course she poops, Mom laughed. Everyone poops. And who scoops the poop? Dad asked, looking at me. Mom brought it home, not me, I said. Oh, they're just tiny little poops, Mom said. Teeny pellets, like a rabbit's. They don't smell and she piddles in the bedding, which is made of recycled paper. By the way, Art. She was kissing up Dad's way into recycling. Dad's way into recycling. When he sleeps, he picks out little pieces of paper and plastic and puts them in the appropriate bins. He sorts through the garbage too. And boy, does he get sore if he finds any recyclable in there, like a tag off a new shirt or the little plastic thing it was attached with. Personally, I think he's into it so much because it makes him feel like he's doing something more important than just cleaning the house. I don't think he's happy being a homemaker. Mom turned to me and said, "They said at the pet store you should clean the cage whenever it starts to stink, which will be about once a week. Plus, you'll have to do some spot cleaning when necessary." I gave her the stone stare. "Oh, and Art," she said, "guinea pigs are so clean. They bathe themselves with their tongues." "Too much information, Raquel," Dad said with a wince. "Guinea pigs are strict vegetarians, so Dad will collect scraps while he's preparing meals," Mom said. "I just like for a real pig." "Oh, I will." "Will I?" Dad said. "You'll have to feed and water her too." "Of course, Rufus," Mom said. "Every day." Mom said, "Of course, every day." Having a guinea pig sounded about as fun as having a pet fern. "Did you hear that, Rufus?" Dad said. "The guinea pig is your responsibility. Are you up to it?" I shrugged. "I don't know." "Of course he is," Mom said, "so it's okay, Art. We can keep her." Dad sighed loudly. "If Rufus keeps the cage clean and doesn't let the little monster out, and if I don't ever have to see it or hear it or know it exists," he sneered at the guinea pig as if it were a poop pellet, "then, well, okay, he can keep it in his room." He looked at me. "But then no more begging for a dog, right?" "But," I began. "Yeah! Yay! Woo!" Mom squealed. My dream of a dog died then and there, and said I was the proud owner/caretaker of a plump punk guinea sow. Yippee. How did Mom get away with this? How does Mom get away with stuff like this? "So what are you going to name her, Rufus?" Mom asked. "I've been calling her Emmeline, but she's yours. You get to name her." Mom was now not only smiling as wide as a hippopotamus, but her eyes were actually watering. Obviously, the woman didn't get enough excitement in her life. "Fido," I said. "That's what I was going to call my dog." Mom laughed so suddenly and loud I almost swallowed my tongue. "Oh, Rufus, you are too funny. Fido is perfect. I love it." And she bent down and hugged me hard. I tolerated it. At last she let me go. "Well," she asked, "what do you say?" Though I was not grateful to her in the slightest. In fact, I was pretty mad at her. I said, "Thanks, Mom." She hugged me even harder than last time. I feared for my life. Once she released me, I saw she was crying. For real. Over a guinea pig? "You're welcome, Sunshine," she said to me, her chin quivering. "I knew you'd love her." I picked up Fido's cage, carried it up to my room, kicked some of my junk aside, then dropped the cage on the floor. My fern made herself at home. She waddled around her cage, she piddled, she pooped, then she piddled again, then just for fun, she pooped again. So much for clean Emmeline. Thanks. Bye.